No. The social reforms and women. Today the modern women are getting highly educated. They are able to go to schools. They are able to share the same benches equal with the men or with the boys. Then they were able to move to the colleges to get the higher education. As the time passed on, nowadays we are able to allow the women to go, the girls actually, to go from one place to another place, same as it with the boys. We see many girls after completing their graduation or BTech, they move on from their hometown to the new places like Bangalore, Mysore, wherever they get, and they started to live independently, staying away from the parents. It's like they are going abroad also to get educated, they are going abroad to do jobs. This has provided the facility for them or the awareness, and they can fall in love with someone, they can marry anyone whomever they wish to marry. These all are the modern phase of the woman. 200 years ago, the situations were not similar. The situations were completely opposite of this. It was the social reforms which brought the women from that kind of status to the present day situation. Yes, today also we have some negative implications. We have some discrimination against the women employees or the girl employees who are working, but still it's better than the previous times. It is the many social reformers who contributed from their point of view in a larger scale and tried to get laws implemented in such a way that everybody has to follow this kind of things. We have one famous contribution from that point of view, that is the social reformer from Telugu, that is Kandukuri Veeresalingam Pantulu, who has done his great contribution. Then we also have Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar also contributing a lot for us. We also have few women also coming into the public life and contributing their own larger scale in order to get women equal status with the men. It's like in the olden systems we have the horrible traditions, that is a sati system, where if a husband dies, the wife is burned alive along with the dead body of the husband. Husband was dead, the wife is alive, the husband's dead body is going to be burned. At the same time, wife alive has to go and lay down along with the husband's dead body. The miserable condition it was. So this system is sati system, where Kandukuri Veeresalingam Pantulu and Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar have raised their voices very seriously, and even the British officials of that point of time also started to criticize the Indian world superstitious beliefs and customs. They also brought laws immediately to awaken the society what is happening is wrong. And then later on they advocated about the widow remarriage system. This widow remarriage system was also another great challenge of that point of time, because the women who lost their husbands are known as widows. These widow women are not allowed to put any kind of design sarees or colored sarees. They have to use only the white sarees, and they were asked to shave their heads. They were not allowed into any auspicious moments or festivals. So in this way there is a lot of discrimination for the women, especially those who are widows. Again, they were remarried, so they get their original status. The laws were passed in 1855 to get the Widow Remarriages Act. See, these kind of things has to be done very seriously. If not, the society will not get the equality status. And we also have another tragic thing, that men marrying not less than 4 women, which is known as polygamy. See, one man marrying 4 women, this is another tragic thing, where he is spoiling the life of 4 people. And another astonishing thing here is, he gets married to suppose he is a man of 40 to 50 years of age, he gets married to a girl of 8 to 10 years of age. These child marriages are horrible. It was the first awakening which came in the year 1846, when the marriages below less than 10 years were prohibited. Then later the upgradation was done in 1891, that the girl should be 12 years minimum to get married, and later on in 1929 it came to 14 years. Recently in 1979, just from 40 years from now, we got 18 years would be the minimum age for the girl to get married, and 21 years will be the minimum age for the men to get married. So these kind of social changes have changed the status of not only women but also the entire family, because women are considered as the lamps of the families, or the light of the family, where once a woman is getting educated, obviously the family also gets well educated, proper care can be taken up. So there are many positive points in women or girls getting educated. How did each one contribute? Let us focus briefly on each and every one, starting with Kandukuri Veeraselingam. Now let us move on to discuss about a great personality who has brought a great significance in the lives of the women who are enjoying many special privileges today. But it was efforts made by Mr. Kandukuri Veeraselingam, who was born in a very orthodox family in Rajahmundry in the Andhra region. He was a man who rose his voice against the atrocities which are happening against women. He was a man who initiated the Brahma Samaj principles in our state of Andhra Pradesh. Later, he raised his voice in such a way that the sati system has to be completely abolished. He also raised the voice of Widow Remarriages Act, widows getting remarried, and he wrote many books in order to bring awareness among the people, especially in the Telugu language, in the normal language where all the people can get connected and understand the actual meaning of it. Instead of writing it in the poetry form, he has written it in the prose form, which is to be in the comparable position of others also to understand, and which we discuss generally. That's the reason why he was given the title of Gadya Tikkanna, because he wrote number of books in bringing the principle of advocating against the anti-social elements or the superstitious beliefs against women. So he was a very good social reformer in Telugu, especially stick on to Andhra region, where he brought tremendous changes and made awareness for thousands and thousands of people during his period of time. So we have very few women have come out from their private life into the public life, and they have participated in the agitations. Before discussing about Savitri Jyotirao Phule, let us move towards Jyotibai Phule. Jyotibai Phule was an excellent contributor who fought against the caste system very predominantly and made his mark very clear. This was, if you closely observe his life, in a short recap we will see it. Like, he was born and brought up in Maharashtra. He was educated in the Christian missionary school which was established at that point of time. And once when he was joined his friend's marriage, his friend was a Brahmin, he joined with him in the marriage procession. His own family members criticized him, and it was which made the difference for him in their mindset and the ideas that why there is no equality, why there is this kind of discrimination. Then he started to question the discrimination and the inequalities which are happening in the society, and he called the scheduled caste or the Shudras, the lower caste people according to Brahmins are Shudras, and the Ati Shudras, untouchables and highly untouchable candidates who are considered as very low in the society. So he want these Shudras and the Ati Shudras to join together and fight against the British domination, and he questioned what is the superiority of the Brahmins as per their birth, why we have to give special importance for them. He started the Satya Shodhak Sangh, and he has written many books. The famous book is Gulam Giri, and he started many schools for the Mahar and the Mang caste, which are considered as the lower caste in Maharashtra. Especially for girls, he has started schools, which was a great initiative at that point of time. Now let us shift our attention towards Savitri Jyotirao Phule. She joined her husband in the societal movement which is happening at that point of time. She was the first woman teacher who was trained by Jyotiba Phule, and she initiated the movement, and she, even though her own family members have objected her, she joined it and she became the teacher, and she took forward the movements. And in the school in the year 1848, it was very early than India got independence. It's nearly 99 years before India got independence. The school was started, especially for girls of the lower caste, and teaching them. She played a very positive role. She also took over the initiatives to fight against the social diseases and the medical diseases like plague, which was at that point of time very severe. After Jyotiba Phule passed away, she took over the entire responsibility. She used to preside over the meetings, and she used to guide the teachers and the other committee members to do the work effectively as per the wishes and the dreams of Jyotiba Phule, where he dreamed of a equal society where he considered caste system is not less than slavery, and he brought into awareness and she took it very far further. And it's a study, careful study made on her, like during the severe epidemic time she used to feed nearly for 2000 people 2000 people daily. That is her greatness and the capacity of looking after the society in a larger scale, where she brought the awareness. Her husband has made a larger contribution, she also participated in that. So very few women have participated in the public life. She was one of the role models at that point of time. We have seen about the Savitabai Phule who has contributed for her husband, but we have a father trained a daughter in such a way that she stood against the entire world. She made her remarkable changes. She is none other than Ramabai, famously known as Pandit Ramabai Saraswati. Her father taught her all the Sanskrit literature, even though it was opposed by most of them. After the death of his father, she, along with her brother, she went on wandering in the entire India and bringing awareness for the women, especially the widow women who are facing so many atrocities, problems at that point of time. She also traveled along Kolkata region, where she was given the title Pandit for her learning. She alone traveled to US, she alone traveled to England to find out about the women organizations, how were they working, what are the positions, how can we organize them, all these things. And as soon as she returned back, she started the Sharda Sadan, which in Mumbai, which trains the widow women to do any work or to learn a vocational thing where she can stand by herself, which means that she can get a meaningful livelihood to lead her life. Her idea behind this was that she want women, because women bear many things silently because they depend on men. At the same point of time, she seriously want women to become independent so that they can get and raise their voices and get their rights approved. If their rights are denied, she can fight for them. At the same time, we have the women contributing in the Muslim community also in a larger extent to bring awareness about the education. In this, the most famous contributions were done by the Begums of Bhopal, who brought out the first concept of women education. Later on, Rokeya Shekhawat, who established schools at that point of time only in Patna and in Kolkata, the present Kolkata, old name of Calcutta, which initiated the movement, and she was very daring lady who stood firmly and criticized all the orthodox and conservative types of education systems and the mindsets of the Indians, why the women cannot get educated. And many of the men used to feel that if women are educated, they become bold enough and they won't listen and won't be under the control of the husbands. But many parents who are willingly sending their kids, or girls especially, to schools were banned socially. Later on, brave parents have initiated this one and started to send their children to schools. Afterwards, the society started to adopt the new change and they started to accept the things, and now many of the girls are moving to schools and colleges, and for the happy thing right now they are moving on to abroad also to study and to work. This is a great change which occurred in the Indian mindset.